I guess we can get into our topics. Who would like to go first? I'm gonna start getting a randomizer. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start getting a randomizer and just get it so that we can just see who goes first. Like that.
That'd be fine.
Well, we popped it off
Me
last
go first?
time.
Yeah, I popped it off.
We got her go first. So she'll go first.
Okay. My question is it okay to vent with like your friends about problems you may be having in your relationship? Like why or why not?
I'll go.
Okay, go.
You know, a little initiative. A little initiative, you know.
What you got?
That way I went first once, so I gotta go first again for the rest of the episode.
Oh my gosh.
No. Okay, so I feel like it kind of depends on the seriousness of the issue. Because I've had friends, for instance, where their girlfriend like cheated on them, and then they just start talking like real crazy about him. But he was kind of doing it. But you're talking about friends, like do you mean like in general, or like could that go for like in public as well, like Twitter? You know, people have Twitter and
I didn't even think about that.
And stuff like that as well.
Shoot, I was thinking about like friends, but I guess people do that.
People do that all the time.
Just
people always
go
on social media and just tell all their business.
Yeah.
So I had some.
I guess it'd be twofold.
Yeah. So, but my thing, it kind of all depends on what it is. I think you shouldn't talk too bad. For one, then if you end up going back, then you just look crazy. Mm-hmm. That's one. The other one is just like some people, especially if you care about like how your friends see your partner. You shouldn't do that because it's some things that you might get over that they may not get over. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then it's like that, those relationships are permanently like messed up. Like, yeah, it's hard to come back from, like, you may be able to let them come back, but your friends may, like, and I feel like parents are like that too. Like, if you tell your parents something really crazy that your partner did, they may never be able to come back from that with your parents. Yeah. And it's kind of the same. Yeah, they're always going to look at them like that. So I just think it depends on, like, the seriousness of the situation, I guess. Mm-hmm. Maybe like some trivial shit, you know what I mean?
That's like what's like too what? Far.
Yeah, what's trivial?
Like maybe something that's just like not that serious. Oh, like he was tripping today, like he didn't want to see me with my socks off. Just, you know, like something stupid. Like maybe I don't know. That's the first thing that came to my head.
Take that crazy, be like, oh, he don't want you to see you with socks off, and then go into
he controlling.
Yeah, like some parents might take a whole nother. And they look at him like, got him.
I don't know. I just think if it's like, I think you can get, it's like by person basis. But I just think anything like serious, I'd like rather keep that to myself
in the house.
But I've kind of always been like that way anyway. I don't really tell people like shit that I'm going through. I might tell you way after the fact. Yeah. Like, oh, like this shit, like some years later, oh, like we come up like, oh, such and such just did this. And you're like, oh shit, I never knew that. I'm like, yeah, like I didn't really feel the need to like say it, but I've always been the handle personal things to myself person. So
you don't feel like you ever need to vent to somebody though? Like you don't feel like it'll build up inside?
And let's keep it 100 now, because Beans done talked to me before.
Yeah, no, I mean it depends. I think it really just depends on what it is. A lot of stuff I can hold. Most stuff I can hold for a long time, and I'll be okay. And it's just like, oh, I'll just handle it, you know, whenever.
So you never feel the need to vent or talk.
No, I vent to myself. Like in the car, like I wake up sometimes.
You internalize.
I know that might sound crazy,
like,
but
I
sometimes I know that might sound crazy, but I like go in the car or like go on my motorcycle and just ride the streets at 3 a.m. or something when nobody's on the road. Like I don't really have to focus on driving or riding my bike because there's nobody there, and I just listen to music and like talk to myself.
It's like his form of meditation, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Understandable.
I guess we'll let the guys.
I got teeter.
Go.
What about you? Oh, we got guys. Yeah.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I feel like no, not at all. Not at all. Like the only time when I go to talk to friends or family about my relationship is if something that I feel like I'm tripping on to get clarity of it. So I'll never be like, oh, Amber did this or Amber this, or I feel like anything that will make your partner look negative or make people look at your partner negative, you keep that. I mean, I don't feel the need to talk. I don't talk about that. Like, I just don't. I mean,
but you don't never seek like the advice from like someone older, someone you. Cause I want to know, like, when you have a problem and you don't really know how to go about handling it with your relationship, you don't seek like.
When it's something about me, I do, but I wouldn't go to like if I felt like Amber is doing this, something like that. I wouldn't say go call cause I call like my mom. I would talk to like my uncle and them. I wouldn't say, Amber, I'm having this type of issue. Amber's doing this. It would be more so on a me type of thing. Like I'd be like, I feel this way about, like, I wouldn't, sometimes it's also about how you like, even if there's an issue, I might put it across, like, okay, say, yeah, I'll take the blame for it so I can hear their response, and then even though I know I'm putting it into how I feel about it, I might say, I feel like Amber's not super duper affectionate, but I might project the question like, yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out how to, like,
when you met, when we went and you met like my sister and their husbands, my brother-in-laws, like did you like confide in them or because I know like Joel would say little funny stuff like, that's just the Shannons or
But even then I'll just be like, I'll put it more, I feel like more into like, okay, what I feel, how I feel towards it, or speak on something, a hurdle that we already got over. Something, but I'm not gonna talk about it like something present moment. I just because like for the simple fact of how I just don't want nobody to hold that against like Amber, like my girlfriend. If that makes sense. Like I wouldn't want nobody to be like, he said they got these type of issues or these type of problems. That sucks so bad, and then they look at it would never. I don't think I ever even called beans on anything like that. And that's like one of my closest friends. Like I don't think have I.
No, we talked and something like came up, but there wasn't like a call specifically for that.
Yeah, I don't think I would like. I don't think. Yeah,
what
just
was
don't.
It?
I don't think I would really do that. I don't think I could really do that. It's not really. I don't know. I wouldn't even feel comfortable doing it. Amber or Breeks to answer her own question.
I mean, I always told you this. I feel like women, when we conversate, we talk about things on a more emotional level. Like, it's like we confide in each other where something that's triggering to us, whether it be like work relationships or our relationships with our boyfriends and stuff. We talk about very serious topics, and that helps us kind of relate to one another. Like, we both feel like we can share. We both feel vulnerable. So I feel like a lot of the topics we do discuss sometimes are very personal. A lot of time when women talk, it is personal. It is about their relationships with people. But I feel like when I do talk to my friends or my sisters, like I do kind of limit it. Like it's not like the real explicit rated R version. It may not be that way. I may kind of filter it in a way where it doesn't come off as harsh. Because again, like you said, I don't want them holding anything over your head. With like my closest friends, we do confide in each other with stuff that like may not be like, it may not be the best, and we may feel like ashamed or or feel like we wish it had never happened. But when we do confide in each other in those moments, we know that nothing is off limits that we can share. But I do feel like when it comes to me and Drew's relationship, I have to pull back on the amount of information that I am giving out, just because I do want some things to just stay between us. I want us to, put each other first. And I do have a bad habit of like telling my best friend everything. Very like we tell each other everything. And Drew, he can't stand it. And it's just like, I don't mean any harm. It's just always how it's been. Like it's always how it's been.
And I think once you get to that certain stage in a relationship, you're at a certain level. Like it's just like we're serious. The dynamic changes. It's not you tell your friend.
So I tell her, if it's something that Drew is uncomfortable with, or I feel like I shouldn't be giving this information out, or be held against you and things like that, then I won't give it out raw, or I won't give it out at all. But I feel like since we are in a place together where we're a unit, we're a team. We need to be able to work effectively.
Keep it
in-house.
Yeah, agreed, 110%.
So if I know he feels a certain type of way about certain things, I'll limit or I won't share it.
So you still talk to your friends about?
I don't go to social media about absolutely anything.
But do you still talk to your friends about stuff or advice towards our relationship when you say that?
I mean, I feel like most of the time it's when I'm frustrated and in the moment, or like I ask my sisters this or that, or ask my friend this, but I feel like it's not anything that would be detrimental to us, anything that would make anybody look at us differently. No.
Mm-hmm.
I think I kind of teeter. I teeter because I do know that like when you share information with people, they can only take what you tell them, and because that's like your friend or your family, they're always going to pretty much side with you. And I just would hate for one negative instance, or maybe two, or however many negative instances, to like outweigh the positive aspect of the relationship. But then there are also times where it's just like, I don't feel like I can talk to you about it. I can't figure it out. Who do I like talk to just kind of like just either be a sounding board or just like to give me advice? I think I only have one friend that I have like remotely said anything about Aaron to, but it's also, I don't know, I think I was really like selective in the person that I chose. She's never met him at all. Like, she knows of him, but she's never met him.
That's not even fair.
But I feel like it's fair. I think it's fair because it gives her more of a
I'm
subjective.
whoever she says I am.
Yeah, that's not even fair.
No.
You as this whole person.
No, but I feel as though like it makes it a little bit more subjective because she doesn't know him. It's just like, well, this is something that's happening. How would you handle it? Or is this something that you've seen in your relationship type of thing? And she'll either say like, yes, this is something that I've seen. This is something that I've done. Or it was absolutely terrible when I went this route. But it's not like you should do this, or he's terrible for this, or you're terrible for this. It's just like, figure it out. And like, she's one friend of mine that like, she can hold water. Like, I have some friends who you can literally sit down and have a conversation with them, and you think that you're confiding in them, and then next thing you know, the second friend removed come through, and it was like, oh, you remember when you was talking about that? And it's like, what?
Couldn't be my
So
friend.
what type of questions have you asked her about Aaron?
Yeah, on the spot.
On the spot.
My nigga, virtual
Oh my
Wi-Fi.
God.
What are some of the things that you might have asked about Aaron and you guys' relationship?
See, because I can't ask that, because then it's like, oh, this nigga nosy.
No.
Yeah, I would love to know.
I like that.
Be
I feel
honest.
like I've only-
Safe place.
I'm trying to think. I feel like I've only really said something twice.
That's how I was
think
looking.
the first time, what was it? It was about
She picking 2 out of the 20.
no,
She's being so hesitant right now. Just put it out there. It's a safe
I'm
place.
trying to think like how to
You
even
know you remember.
word
Just
it.
think. When was the time you called her like, yo, this nigga Aaron, bop, 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 boom, bop.
No, it was just more so like we don't see eye to eye on something,
Because
and
you shorter than me.
That was so cool.
That was so corny. That was so corny.
Both of y'all laugh. I don't hear everybody chuckled a little bit. That might not have been my proudest joke moment,
Mama
but
knows.
everyone chuckled. So I got the point across.
Your jokes
Now
have been bad lately.
Proceed.
it's just it was
I'm
more
on a bad
so
streak
like
right now. Don't worry about
yeah,
it.
his jokes have been horrible. Normally they're pretty good, but they've just been terrible. But it was just like we don't see eye to eye right now, and I was just like, I mean, it's fresh, it's new. I don't really know what to do. And she was just like, oh, I never told you. Like, me and my boyfriend like went through that within like the first 6 months that we were dating. Da 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 da. And I was just like, wait, what? Like, they've now been in a relationship for like 5 or 6 years. And she was just like, yeah, like, she was like, that was a point in my life where she was just like, I didn't think that I could continue on with the relationship. But she was like, but no, that I had to like sit back and realize that dating is new to me. And I was just like, I have to tell her all the time, like, Aaron and I are very similar in the respect that it's been years since we've been in a relationship.
Yeah.
So like, this is still
Both just came out the
new.
streets. Yeah, both just
Anyways,
came out the
so
streets.
like the idea of a relationship and learning to be patient and understanding with another person is new, because like before it's just like, oh, that nigga crazy, I don't want to talk to him, or you're getting on my nerves, I don't want to talk to you, I'm just going to delete your number and move on.
And that's one thing I must say, Bree, that I applaud you on, is because when you're going, because what happens sometimes, I feel like if I, and one of the things, because it's not like I don't like, or I feel a way about her talking to people about advice. I don't mind that at all. I mean, I do be like, okay, yeah, they don't have to know everything, but you're going to reach out to information on somebody who's in a relationship.
Yeah.
A healthy relationship for 5 years. That's different than calling your single friend like, yo, me and him are disagreeing on this, because your single friend gonna give you different
think
advice.
she'll be biased?
It's not even biased. It's just, if you're single, your advice that you give, and you, if that makes sense, like if you
have to be careful who you seek the information from.
Exactly.
And I completely, and just like when you said, you have some friends that can't hold water, but you know who to take this information to and share it with, because you know this person will be able to get, has good judgment.
Exactly. And I think it's good that you're going to somebody who's been in a relationship for 5 years and still in a relationship to go seek advice.
My friends are in relationships.
I didn't say they weren't. Why are you making it specific to you? I just give her a compliment on choosing.
Say this, I couldn't necessarily say the single friend, because for instance, I feel like you could, like, when I was single, you could have come to me for advice, because I know how to be in a relationship, and my relationship didn't end because of me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But like a single person can give advice. Like,
That doesn't mean
just because
I'm single doesn't mean I don't know how to be in a healthy and successful relationship.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that relationship didn't work out.
But I also think a single person moves and thinks for themselves. And I feel as though, like, when you're single, or when I was single, I literally was like marching to the beat of my own drum. I was doing what I want to do, how I want to do it, when I want to do it, with really like no regards for like how other people may feel. And I think when you're in a relationship, you have to just be more aware of your actions.
I think your actions, that's fine. I think I'm talking about as far as giving advice.
Yeah, I feel like
if you were to hit me up for advice, and when I was single, I wouldn't go in my single brain and give him the single advice. I'd be like, oh, this is how I would probably approach this when I was in a relationship. I'm not gonna be like, oh, nah, nigga, come back in these streets. Nigga, we about to go get
I wouldn't say that, but I just
like, it's not gonna be on no shit like that.
I was 5 years removed from a relationship, so I can't say what you.
You take it to the right person.
Yeah,
I agree with
but
that.
I was what? Huh? What?
What you saying, Bree? Don't stop.
Everybody trying to talk at the same time.
Exactly.
Like double dutch. Let me get it.
Is it time to jump in now? But I agree.
What are you
like
saying?
you choose the right person to go seek information from. Because I think, like anything else, like if you want to be with, like if you're upset in your relationship and you need seeking for advice. Now, if you just want to be with the shits, you're going to call your friend that's just out here with the shits. But if you want to call a level-headed person, that means you really want real advice and you're really trying to figure it out. But if you like, because there's been times maybe before in other relationships where I'll be like, okay, I'm going to call the friend that's with the shits who's going to tell me what I want to hear, like going to the street. Like,
you already know
what
what kind of answer you're going to get from that type of person.
Exactly, but you do it subliminally. You're doing it because you want somebody. You want that gratification. Like, be in the street, just give it up. But like you said, so it don't matter if the friend is single or in a relationship. You just know who to go to out of your friends for that good, stern, unbiased relationship advice.